So this video will focus on number 1 from the 2013 AB exam. This was also a question that appeared on the BC exam. Calculators in play for this. And in part C here it says, is the amount of unprocessed gravel at the plant increasing or decreasing at t equals 5 hours? Show the work that leads to your answer. So this function g that we've been working with off and on throughout the first couple pieces of this question represents the rate at which unprocessed gravel arrives at the plant. So the rate that the unprocessed gravel is increasing by is this, given by this function. The rate that it's decreasing by is a constant rate. It's actually being processed at a constant rate of 100 tons per hour. So the net rate of change function, I'll just call this n of t, the net rate of change function is given by g of t, the rate that it arrives, minus the rate that it's processed, which is constant. And so what we want to know is we want to know whether or not the unprocessed gravel that's at the plant is going up or going down at time t equals 5. So we're taking the rate that it arrives minus the rate that it becomes processed. And so if we wanted to figure out what this was at 5, all we're going to have to do is take g of 5 minus 100. 100 is the rate that it's being processed all day long throughout the workday. And I have the graph of g of t on my calculator here still from the first couple pieces of the problem. And I want to know what g of 5 is. So I can go ahead and, since I have this graphed, I can go into the calculate menu, and if you use this value feature, we want to evaluate g at the x value or the t value of 5. And what we end up with there is we end up with 98.14. So this ends up being 98.140 minus 100, and that's going to be a negative value. It doesn't really say to find the value of this. It wants to know if this if the unprocessed gravel is increasing or decreasing at t equals 5. Well, since the rate of change of the unprocessed gravel at this plant is negative at 5, we know that the amount of gravel is decreasing. It's arriving less quickly than it's being processed. And so the amount of unprocessed gravel at the plant is decreasing at t equals 5.